Today I'm canning salsa verde. The recipe that I'm using is from Laura Fuente's cookbook called the Taco Tuesday Cookbook. We have to do it a little bit differently than what she suggests. She uses fresh limes, but because we're canning, we need to use bottled lime, and we put that in at the very end. If you know anything about canning or don't know anything about canning, tomatoes, tomatillos, they don't have the acidity necessary to safely can without adding something with acidic acid in it. And so that's why we're going to use the bottled lime, the limes you get from the store, fresh squeezed. That would be great if you were using it as uh, fresh salsa verde, but not if you're canning. So this is a very simple recipe. It's just tomatillos. If you're not familiar with a tomatillo, it's much like a tomato. Uh, it's a little bland compared to a tomato, but the actual tomatillo looks like it's in a little parachute. And you know they're ripe when the parachute starts to separate. And then you peel back the parachute, and then you want to wash these. You'll be surprised they're sticky. And when I wash them, a lot of the stickiness does go away. You need some cherry tomatoes. You need garlic. You need onion, salt, a whole bunch of cilantro. And then I have a jalapeno here. Now, this one, I actually cut the top off and I took the seeds out. I don't like the seeds in my salsa verde. And what we're going to do, it's really, really simple, is I'm going to pour all of the tomatillos onto a baking pan along with the garlic, the onion, the jalapeno, and the tomatoes. And I'm going to put it under the broiler for 5 minutes. Then I'm going to stir it up and do 5 more minutes. After that, we're going to take it out and we're going to put it into a food processor. And then we're going to add the cilantro and the salt at that time. So I'm going to get to roasting. All right, you can see that we've roasted our tomatillos, garlic, onions, jalapeno, and garlic. And we are ready to put all of the tomatillos into the food processor, all of the items in this pan into the food processor, along with half a teaspoon of salt and an entire bunch of cilantro. Um, and I'm going to blend it up. Now, this is a cooking blender, but I'm not trusting it to get it to the temperature that it needs to for the length of time. So I'm actually going to, once I have everything blended, pour it into a saucepan, bring it to a boil, and then I'm going to let it simmer for 10 minutes. After that, I'm going to pour 3/4 cup of lime juice into the salsa verde. I'm going to mix it in well. And that's what makes it safe for canning. This is where we talked about the difference between using bottled lime versus fresh lime. This is key if you're going to can your salsa verde. If you're not going to can it, you're just going to eat it, share it with friends, no problem. You can use fresh limes. The salsa verde has come to a boil and I let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Afterward, I added the 3/4 cups of lime. And I'm ready now to put my warm sauce into my warm jars and into my water bath. Remembering that when we have warm products, they should go into warm jars and then into a warm bath. So I'm just going to show you how I fill a jar. I love these funnels with that actually fit the base of a jar or the top of a jar, not the base. And just gonna pour this in until I get to about where the ring uh, line is. So I want to have about a 1/2 inch in the top of that jar so that I can know that it's not going to overboil, anything like that when it's in the canner. I go ahead and clean off the top of the jar. We don't want anything to inhibit this from sealing. I'm going to put a brand new lid on. These are one-time use. And I'm going to go ahead and put a ring on that and seal that down tightly before I put it in the canner. And then I'm just going to repeat that for each of these jars. I will go ahead and can these, and we'll show you at the end. So here we are at the final product. You can see that we've got 9 half pints of salsa verde, and that's with 3 pounds of tomatillos. Now, if you don't grow them in your garden, you can go to a farmer's market and get them, and even grocery stores will sell them. So this is a delightful salsa, not like tomato salsa, but we have our expert canner here, Jolene, and taste tester. And so, Jolene, would you taste the
Okay, I'm excited.
salsa verde?
Yes. Okay.
And give us the verdict.
I will.
Good.
Very, very good.
How's the heat on that?
There is like barely any heat.
Okay, so that's with 1 jalapeno. So if you're a person who really likes a lot of heat, maybe you add another jalapeno, or you might add another type of pepper, like a salsa blend type of pepper, cayenne pepper, or what's the other one we grow? Serrano.
Yes, Serrano.
And those would really lift up the heat. So
Okay,
we're going to call this a success.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, very successful.
All right. Until next time.
Yep.